Um, and the big thing about Apertum is that they're really pushing the AI angle here,
Yeah.
which is interesting because we've seen, AI kind of like peppered into a bunch of different blockchain projects.
Hmm.
But Apertum is going all in.
Right.
They have this AI named Sky,
Okay.
which is their lead architect.
Interesting.
So we're going to be taking a look and kind of like seeing, what is Sky? What is Apertum?
Yeah. What are they all about?
Yeah, what are they all about? And what does this, this AI-powered future of Web3 look like?
Yeah, it's super interesting. I mean, we've been talking about, AI and crypto for a while now,
Right.
and we've seen like these little, integrations here and there.
Yeah.
But like you said, this is like a full-on embrace
Yeah.
of the technology.
And it's not like some surface level thing.
Right.
Like this document describes Sky as being like, expert in AI development,
Of course.
blockchain architecture, and
Yeah.
also like team leadership.
Oh, wow. So it's like a multifaceted
Yeah.
AI.
So it's not just code, it's also like
Yeah. Strategy and like, high-level thinking.
exactly.
Wow.
Like this is next level stuff, and we're going to take a deep dive into exactly what they're proposing here.
I'm excited to see like what the specifics are because like, the idea of an AI architect sounds amazing,
Right.
but like how does that actually translate to, building stuff?
Well, yeah, like let's say I'm just like a regular person.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Web3. I
Yeah.
want to maybe build my own, NFT project or something.
Right.
What does Sky do for me?
Yeah, exactly. Like how does it make my life easier?
Well, that's the thing. That's what's really interesting about this whole, mission statement is that they really focus on
Yeah.
Sky being like this bridge
Okay.
between the complex technology
Right.
and you as like a creator.
Interesting. So like it's not just building the tech, it's like making the tech accessible to
Right.
people who might not be, blockchain experts.
Exactly. So it's about taking all that complexity and abstracting it away
Right.
so that you can just focus on what you're good at, whether that's, art or community building or whatever.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I think like one of the biggest barriers to entry for a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
in Web3 is just like the technical side of things.
Yeah, it can be intimidating.
It's super intimidating. Like I've been in this space for a while and I still get confused sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
So the idea of having like an AI that can kind of guide you through that process
Right.
is super appealing.
So let's get into some of the specifics here.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
So one of the things that Sky really emphasizes is this idea of smart contracts.
Yeah, smart contracts are huge.
And for, listeners who might not be familiar,
Yeah.
smart contracts are essentially like these self-executing agreements.
Yeah, basically like code that automatically enforces the terms of an agreement.
Right. So it's like, if this, then that,
Exactly.
but written into the blockchain.
Yeah, and because they're on the blockchain, they're like immutable and transparent and all that good stuff.
Right. So like, let's say you're building an NFT project.
Okay.
You can use smart contracts to like automatically distribute royalties
Oh, that's cool.
or like, manage the ownership of those NFTs.
So it takes out a lot of the like manual work and the trust issues.
Exactly. And that's where Sky comes in
Okay.
because Sky can help you like design and implement these smart contracts.
Got it. So it's like a smart contract assistant, basically.
Yeah. And they really emphasize in this document that Sky is all about like real-time analysis, guidance, insights.
Oh, so it's not just like a one-time thing. It's like an ongoing support system.
Exactly. It's like having this AI advisor that's constantly looking at your project
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
and helping you like, make the best decisions.
Yeah, especially in a space that's like constantly changing as rapidly as Web3 is.
Right. Like things are moving so fast. It's
Yeah.
hard to keep up.
Absolutely.
So having an AI that can kind of like, be on top of all the latest developments and trends.
Right, and alert you to like potential issues or opportunities.
Exactly.
That's huge.
So smart contracts are one big thing.
Okay.
Another thing that they talk about is scalable Web3 solutions.
Okay, scalability, that's a big one.
Yeah. And so like, one of the criticisms of blockchain technology in the past
Mhm.
has been that it's not very scalable.
Right, like it can't handle a lot of transactions.
Exactly. And so Apertum is claiming that they've kind of cracked the code
Interesting.
on this with Sky's help.
Okay, so how are they doing that?
Well, they don't get into like the nitty-gritty technical details in this document,
Right.
but they do say that Sky is able to like, design and implement these solutions that can handle like massive amounts of traffic and data.
Okay, so like imagine like a Web3 game that can actually handle like millions of players.
Exactly. Like that's the kind of scale they're talking about.
Wow, that would be a game changer.
Yeah, and they give some examples like, gaming is one obvious one.
Right.
but also like, decentralized finance
What do you
applications
think?
where you need to be able to process like tons of transactions
Hmm.
very quickly.
Right.
And then the third thing that they really emphasize
Okay.
is cross-chain integration.
Cross-chain. Oh, okay. I've heard that term thrown around, but I'm not entirely sure what it means.
So basically right now, like the blockchain world is kind of like a bunch of different islands,
Okay.
right? You've got Ethereum, you've got Solana, you've got all these different blockchains,
Yeah.
and they don't really talk to each other that well.
Right. It's like they're all in their own little silos.
Exactly. And so cross-chain integration is all about like building bridges between these islands
Okay, I'm starting to see the picture.
so that you can move assets and data
Mm-hmm.
seamlessly between them.
Interesting. So, like, why is that important?
Well, for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
One is that it just like expands the possibilities
Yeah.
of what you can do with blockchain technology.
Like, I can take my assets from one chain and use them in another.
Exactly. Like imagine like a game character
Okay.
that you can move from like an Ethereum-based game
Right.
to a Solana-based game.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Or like, being able to trade assets
Yeah,
across different blockchains.
that opens up a lot of possibilities.
And the other reason why it's important is that it can help with scalability.
Okay, how so?
Because if you can spread out the transactions
Yeah.
across multiple blockchains,
Hmm.
then you can reduce the load on any one chain.
So it's like distributing the traffic, basically.
Exactly. And so Apertum is claiming that they've made this like really easy and seamless
Interesting.
with Sky's help.
Okay, so like, how does Sky actually make that happen?
Again, they don't get into the technical details here, but they do say that Sky has like a deep understanding of all these different blockchains
Okay.
and can kind of like, orchestrate these cross-chain transfers.
So it's like the mastermind behind the scenes, making sure everything works smoothly.
Exactly.
Got it.
So we've talked about smart contracts. We've talked about scalable solutions. We've talked about cross-chain integration.
Yeah, it sounds like they're really covering all the bases here.
Yeah. And they're really positioning themselves as like the go-to platform
Okay.
for anyone who wants to build in Web3.
Right.
And one of the things that they emphasize in this document is that they're not just targeting like experienced developers.
Okay.
They're also targeting like, artists and creators and even project managers.
That's smart because, like we were saying earlier, the technical side of things can be really intimidating
Right.
for newcomers.
So they're really trying to make it like easy and accessible.
Yeah, so it's like they're trying to lower the barrier to entry for Web3.
Exactly.
That's a good strategy.
And they talk specifically about like having onboarding support
Okay.
for new users.
So, like, even if you don't know anything about blockchain, you can still come in and start building.
Exactly. That's the idea.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So overall, I mean, this is a really ambitious vision.
It is. It's very ambitious.
And, there's a lot of potential here,
Hmm.
but of course, the proof is in the pudding.
Right. Like, how well does this actually work in practice?
Exactly. And that's something that we're going to have to kind of wait and see
Yeah.
as Apertum and Sky evolve.
It'll be interesting to see, like, how they handle the complexities of all this because, like, cross-chain integration in particular,
Right.
that's a tough nut to crack.
Yeah. It's a very complex problem.
Right. So if they can actually pull it off and make it, like, seamless and secure,
Mm-hmm.
that would be huge.
So I guess the big question for our listeners is like, if you had this kind of AI-powered support,
Right.
what would you build?
Yeah. What are the possibilities here?
What could you create that you couldn't create before?
It's exciting to think about.
It is. And I think
Mhm.
that's kind of the point of this document is to like get people thinking
Right.
about the possibility.
Sort the imagination.
Exactly. So we encourage you to check out Apertum and Sky
Yeah, definitely worth a look.
and see what you think.
And let us know what you think.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's it for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.